behalf of the Office of State Attorney.
Letitia Fowler with the Office of Public Defender.
Adam Scholl with Office of Public Defender.
A room full of everybody. Lots of visitors today. All right, please tell me your name.
Joel Juniami.
Okay, do we know what happened to Ami or Amy? Oh, is that?
That's him, yours.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm sorry, I didn't understand the name. Sir, you're here in 2019 CF 4002AO. You were arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a status hearing on June 21st, 2019. The judge revoked your release and set your bond at none on each count, and you do have the public defender previously appointed so they can file any appropriate motions on your behalf. All right, please tell me your name.
Tanisha Michelle Coleman.
All right, Ms. Coleman, you're here in 2019 CF 12208AO. You're arrested for possession of MDMA. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. You are not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Your bond will stay set at $1,000. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Paul Jones Pearson.
All right, Mr. Pearson, you're here in 2019 CF 7110. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was previously found for possession of a material depicting a sexual performance by a child, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and I believe 8 counts of sex offender violations by failing to comply with registration laws regarding emails and or phone. And I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I do have to advise you of reporting requirements. The judge who signed the warrant issued certain conditions, so you are to comply with all of those reporting requirements, and then within 1 business day, you're supposed to do that. You're not to have any contact with anyone under the age of 18 years of age, or and no unsupervised contact with any animals. As to count 1, I am going to stay the bond at the $1,000. Count 2, $2,500. Count 3, I am going to sit at $3,500, and each additional count will be $150. All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Matthew Oliver.
Mr. Oliver, you're here in 2019 MO 1501. You were arrested for camping in a prohibited place. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Oliver if he wanted to resolve his case today?
Yes, Your Honor. He'd like to accept the offer of adjudication of guilt, credit time served, enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. And I do have to impose court costs. Mr. Oliver, I'm not going to take any action on your out on bond case, but you need to make sure that you show up to any court dates, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you do have reporting requirements that I need to advise you of.
I hear you. You say?
You do have reporting requirements pursuant to the law,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Mr. Oliver, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes,
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes,
Are you on probation anywhere?
no, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes,
Okay, do you find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea? I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by August 28th, 2020. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck to you. Just don't miss any court dates, okay?
no.
One second, John.
All right, good morning. Please tell me your name, sir.
My name is Carlos. My last name is Deanda.
Okay, Mr. Deanda, you're here in 2019 MM 7147AO. You're arrested for disorderly intoxication and possessing alcohol on the street sidewalks or alleyways. And I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Deanda if he
There was
wanted?
none, Your Honor. We saw him last week. There were competency issues and out on other cases, so state did not make an offer today.
Okay, I'm not gonna take any action on the out on release case. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's early, back in 2018. And I'm gonna reduce count 2 to 250 and ROR on count 2. Reduce count 1 to 250 and ROR on count 2. Right, you can't possess or consume any alcohol on the streets or sidewalks, okay, Mr. Deanda?
I wasn't even drinking.
Okay, well, don't talk about the facts of your case.
I'm
I'm just
sorry.
advising you of that, okay? Make sure you show up to all your court dates. All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Robert Gillum.
All right, Mr. Gillum, you're here in 2019 MM 7111AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. Gillum?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gillum, you're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You're not to return back to 3501 Millennia Boulevard, the Wawa. And you're to abide by all trespass warnings. Your bond will stay set at $500.
I don't. I mean, can I plead to this?
All right, sir, you can call the phone number on the paperwork that she's gonna give you if you have any questions.
I mean, how long am I gonna be stuck in jail? Cause I'm homeless and my stuff's outside.
Skylar, would you like an offer?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't think there was an offer.
There wasn't.
Adjudication, credit for time served. No
Yes, ma'am.
He'll accept the offer with the plea of no contest.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Gillum, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you find a factual basis for acceptance of the plea based on the affidavit? I am gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You've been trespassed from the Wawa, you can't go back there, okay? You need to make sure that you stay away from there. You go back, you're probably gonna get arrested again. That's at the 3501 Millennia Boulevard. I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by August 28, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment, sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Landers.
Good morning, Judge Wish.
How are
Sean
you?
Landers. Very well, Judge, thank you. Sean Landers, on behalf of Umberto Collazo, it's CF 19332. We have reached an agreement, Judge, for the court's consideration as to the terms of release and a monetary bond.
Okay, so Mr. Collazo, you're here in 19 CF 332AO. You're charged with burglary of a conveyance with an assault or battery therein. And probable cause was previously found. And Mr. Landers, are you filing a notice of appearance?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that you
Yes.
are gonna represent him.
Yes, Judge. I will be.
And so my guess is state does not want to be heard as to the PBL?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
And Judge, if I may lay out the terms for the court's consideration, the agreement between the defense and the state is a $50,000 monetary bond, no contact with the named victim, Brian Fisher, Ficher, possess no weapons or firearms, consume no illegal drugs, and surrender his passport. He was arrested at the airport coming back into the country, so technically his passport is here in the jail property. I don't know how we can facilitate that, Judge. I did ask Madam Clerk. I guess there is a procedure. I'm just unaware.
I don't know the procedure. I'm
Is
sure.
there a procedure?
You can get it from his property and
Give it to the clerk.
Okay. And I'll find out how to do that off the record.
Yeah, I don't know,
Understood, Judge.
unfortunately, sorry. Okay, so Mr. Collazo, I am gonna order that you're not to have any contact with any listed victims or witnesses, okay? You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And you are to surrender your passport. Did you want that done prior to his release?
It could be within 48 hours of his release.
Okay, so I don't know, Mr. Landers, if you can get the passport today, if he's gonna bond out, I mean, that could probably be facilitated while you're here, my guess, so.
I will attempt, Judge, to go down to the clerk. I don't know if I
Okay,
need
so
a
you're gonna
signature.
surrender your passport, I'll say within 48 hours of his release, but the sooner the better, probably, if you're here. Kill
Understood.
2 birds with 1 stone. So, I am gonna set the bond at the $50,000. And you need to make sure that you comply with all of those requirements. If you violate any of those conditions of release, your bond can be revoked and you can be held at no bond, Mr. Clausen. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I
All
have
right,
for you.
have a good day. All right, Mr. Mullier, we were here yesterday, and Ms. Dickerson, did you speak with her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and we advised her that the case would be called, Mr. Blanco, are you covering for Ms. Dickerson?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Dickerson asked me to stand in because she's, I
Okay.
think she's tied up somewhere else. so
Okay, all right.
She was
So-
in She kind of gave me the rundown of what's going on.
Okay, so Mr. Muller, we're just recalling your case from yesterday. So it's 2019 CF 12150AO. You're arrested for driving while license revoked as a habitual traffic offender. And I do find probable cause for that offense. And you, Ms. Dickerson, is she filing a notice of appearance? I don't know if one has been filed yet.
Yes, Judge, I'm assuming she's going to do that, and she just wanted me to address the other 3 cases before you made a decision on them.
Right.
And I understand the situation.
And then in 2019 MM 7115AO, he was arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause for that offense as well. And so you can't drive without a valid license, Mr. Muller, and you can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And Mr. Blanco, if you wanted to be heard as to the 3 cases he's out on bond in, with which are the same offenses.
Right, this is, I believe what Mr. Dickerson had conveyed to me is that the 2 2019 cases have not been filed on. I spoke to the state about those, so I think there's still like no actual formal information filed in those. And the 2018 case, she's forwarded me some emails from the state attorney in that case. I think they got a plea worked out already in that case for September 10th. So it's, for those reasons, she was gonna ask if the court would not revoke his bonds on those, so that way he can just go September 10th, plea that case out, and then wait on the 2019 cases and see what action the state takes on them.
Okay, so
It's because they're still on demand, from what I understand.
my problem is that Mr. Muller is not getting that he can't drive without a valid license.
Understand.
And he's got 3 cases that are outstanding, and now this is the 4th one. So I am gonna revoke the bonds on the cases and set the bonds at none, and he is represented by Ms. Dickerson, I believe, in those cases, if not, or one of them I know of, so.
We can get the 2018 case resolved, and then I'll just have her to file a motion on the 2019 cases.
File whatever appropriate motions need to be filed on his
Right.
behalf, but I am gonna revoke the bond in the cases and set the bonds at none, and the bond will stay set at $2,500 on the driving while license revoked in this case, and then the $500 on the drug paraphernalia, and all of the other conditions still apply.
And I'd advise Mr. Mueller that this court can't take a felony plea right now,
I
right?
can't.
'Cause- okay, perfect. Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Mr.
Nice to see you.
Blanco.
Nice to see you, thank you. That's all I have, Judge. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you, Your Honor.
All right, please tell me your name.
Marcos Asmat.
Oh, okay, wasn't sure that we were calling this one. Probably at the bottom. All right, Mr. Asmat. This is a reset from yesterday. In 2019 CF 11796AO, probable cause had previously been found, and I did impose certain conditions, and I didn't find proof evident presumption great based on the information that was provided in the warrant, and then I was advised that Mr. Smith would be coming down here to make an argument and provide me some more information. So-
Your Honor? Your Honor, if I may object, on a procedural ground, you made your decision yesterday.
No, I didn't.
Well, as of yesterday, in the past, this matter should have been solved yesterday, the state can go forward and file a motion for pretrial detention. I didn't find any case law where we can carry it over for this matter that we're talking about today. I don't know anywhere in the criminal procedure where we can also continue on what we're doing today.
Okay, well, first of all, probable cause needs to be found within 48 hours, okay?
But for
We
beyond,
have initial appearances within 28 hours. There's procedural rules that the state can have up to 72 hours to present evidence to the court.
but not for the bond that we're talking about, for the matter in a presumption beyond great.
Mr. Smith, do you have an argument?
First of all, public defenders file a motion to withdraw because they have conflicts, so I would check the opinion argument. So how's that?
That'll be on a friend of the court at this point in time. That argument would be made.
Okay, well, if you have a conflict, you can't really represent him as a friend of the court. But I gave the state the 24 hours to provide me with additional information. I'm going to accept that additional information. I could also, pursuant to, I believe, a new third DCA case, allow this to proceed forward to the trial division if I really wanted to, and set it at no bond and let the trial court determine that. That's a new case that came out of the third. I forget the name of the case.
That was the second. But
The second, okay.
in any event, yes, I agree, Your Honor. I think that case says that with respect to preventative presumption.
It doesn't need to be at first appearance.
That's correct. That should be done by the trial judge. They should be filing a motion to set bond.
Do you want me to do that, Mr. Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stay the bond at none based on that particular case. I believe, if I have the case correctly. Thorntman v. Junior, the third DCA case.
I apologize.
Yeah,
Right, Your Honor.
so, and that came out on June 12, 2019, indicating that the Arthur hearing could be held downtown, and it's unreasonable for the state or the defense to be prepared to argue an Arthur hearing downtown. So I will, based on that case, hold the defendant at no bond, and you can have the Arthur hearing downtown. And so, if the PD has withdrawn from the case, my guess is that whoever has Division 17, looks like Judge White, would be appointing conflict counsel, or any other attorney.
RCC's already in the case as well. So
I'm pretty sure it's possible that they'll conflict out and he'll get another attorney on the case at that point as well. So,
Thank you very much.
sorry to have you come down here for that,
It's all
but
right. It's my job.
I'll just leave it in the trial division to make the proof evident presumption great finding if there is one.
Your Honor, can I just have one moment to explain to him the regards where public defender is no longer involved in this case? Thank you.
And all of the same conditions apply, Mr. Asmat. You're not to return to the scene of the offense, no contact directly or indirectly with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And I think that those were all of the conditions that I had imposed. Mr. Smith, did you want any other conditions imposed?
Not this time, Your Honor. We'll deal with it upon here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Abdul Rahman, his mental health.
All right, we'll reset. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Edwin Emil Phillips.
All right, Mr. Emil Felix, you're here in 2019 CF 11583AO. You arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found for failing to update your driver's license as a sex offender. And I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I do have to advise you that you do have reporting requirements. And I am gonna set your bond at $5,000. Please tell me your name.
Leroy Bass.
All right, Mr. Bass, you're here in 2019 CF 12207AO. You're arrested for possession of MDMA and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I am gonna place you in the pretrial release program. You are gonna be subject to random urinalysis. So you need to make sure that you comply with those requirements. All right, please tell me your name.
Andy Quadrado, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Quadrado, you're here in 2019 CF 12184AO. You're arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I do find probable cause. You did not fill out a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney? Have you spoken with somebody?
Not yet, but I plan on hiring somebody, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so your conditions of release are gonna be that you're not to have any contact with any listed victim or any witness in the case. You can't possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And, I am gonna set your bond at $3,500. Do you think you're gonna be able to bond out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just wanna make sure, because if not, I don't want you sitting in there unrepresented if you haven't been able to get an attorney, and I could set you for a determination of counsel hearing in a week if you don't think that you'll be able to bond out. So I just wanna be sure.
I'll be able to bond out, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Just make sure you comply with all of those requirements, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Melvin Kumba Santos.
All right, Mr. Kumba Santos. You're here in 2019 CF 12205AO. You're arrested for trafficking in fentanyl of 4 grams or more, possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And I am gonna stay the bond, at the 100,000 on count 1, 150 on count 2, and 100 on counts 3 and 4. You're also out on pretrial release. And I'm gonna revoke that release and set that at none, 2019 CF 6166AO. And does he have the public defender in that case? Okay, and they can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you. All right, please tell me your name.
Akiria Fertil.
All right, Ms. Fertil, you're here in 2019 CF 12198AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found for grand theft and conspiracy to commit grand theft. And you did not fill out a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
Yes, Jaya Balani, Whitney James Law.
Okay, have you talked to her
Yes.
about this case?
Yes, I spoke with her last night when they came back to arrest me, but,
Did she say she was coming today, or she,
no, so she told me I would have had a bond, but when I got here, they revoked the bond because I just bonded out the day before, but I didn't have
your bond
any-
hasn't been revoked, and I don't believe that I can actually revoke your bond because of the dates of the offense, in the out on bond case.
But when they came to bond
You
me
don't have to
out,
let her bond out on this case because of.
Right, I understand, but I'm just advising, I haven't revoked your bond yet, okay? And I can't, under the law, because of the date of the offense, that you're out on bond, okay?
yes, ma'am.
So, I'm gonna set your bond, a little higher though, because of the out on bond case. So your bond on count 1 is gonna be 1,500. I'm gonna stay count 2 at 150. You're not to have any contact with any victim, witness, or any co-defendant, okay? And you're not to return back to the, Polo Ralph Lauren Children's Store at 8200 Vineland Road, okay? So you can't have any contact with anyone at that location, you can't go back there. And I'm not gonna take action on the out on release case due to the dates of the offense. So you may wanna advise Ms. Balani of that, okay? All right. All right, please tell me your name.
Spencer Gelmans.
All right, Mr. Gelmetz, you're here in 2019 CF 1695AO. You were arrested pursuant to a KPS for failing to appear for your pretrial on August 13, 2019. The judge revoked your release and set your bond at none on each count. Does he have the PD? Okay, you do have the public defender in that case, and they can file any appropriate motions for you on your behalf. I'm not gonna take any action on the out on release case. Just make sure, I don't know what's going on with it. Make sure you just don't miss any court dates on that case, if there are any, okay?
Yep.
All right, please tell me your name.
Paul Goatee.
All right, Mr. Gootee, you're here in 2019 CF 12191AO, and you were arrested for driving while license suspended with 2 prior convictions. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the public defender. You cannot drive without a valid license. Your bond will stay at 2,500. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
David Hernandez.
You know what happened to Terrence Harris?
Mental health, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll reset. Mental health. All right, Mr. Hernandez. You're here in 19 CF 12201AO. You're arrested for possession of heroin. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And in 2019 MM 7145AO, you're arrested for resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause for that offense. I'll appoint the PD as well. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And I'm gonna stay the bond on the possession of heroin at the 1,500 and the 500 on the resisting. And you're out on bond in 2019 CF 6169AO. I am gonna revoke that release and set that at none. Does he have the PD in that case? Okay, you have conflict counsel? Okay, well, you might wanna get in touch with them and they can file any appropriate motions on your behalf.
I apologize, Your Honor. Was it conflict counsel?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, please tell me your name.
Presley Hugo.
Ms. Hugel. You're here in 2019 CF 12182AO. You're arrested for possession of heroin and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You cannot possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I am gonna stay the bond at 1,000 and the 500. And I'm not gonna take any action on your ROR case, but you need to make sure that you don't miss any court dates. It looks like you have an upcoming court date, September 17th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, don't miss that court date.
Okay, thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
For Jones.
Ms. Jones, you're here in 19 CF 12178AO. You're arrested for petty theft, 2 prior convictions. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You can't have any contact with any listed victim, witness, or co-defendant. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And you're not to return back to Marshall's at 730 West Sand Lake Road. And the bond will stay at 1,000. Okay, please tell me your name.
Tony Jones.
All right, Ms. Jones, you're here in 2019 CF 12168. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and criminal mischief over 200 under 1,000. I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, and you may not return back to 2211 West South Street. Your bond on count 1 is $5,000 and count 2 I'll reduce to 150, or excuse me, 100. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Wade Lindquist.
Mr. Lindquist, you're here in 2019 CF 12180AO. You're arrested for driving while license suspended with 2 prior convictions. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender. You cannot drive without a valid license. And I'm gonna stay the bond at the 2,500. I'm not gonna take any action on your out on bond case today. If you get rearrested again, chances are me or another judge would revoke your release. So
Yes,
just make
ma'am.
sure
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
don't
I
come
will have my
back.
license reinstated before you see me again.
Okay. Hopefully I don't see you again.
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Desiree Mackey.
Okay, Ms. Mackey, you're here in 2019 CF 11804. And you were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for grand theft 3rd degree. I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to go back to any Target store. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim, witness, or any possible co-defendant. And I am gonna stay the bond at the $1,000. I don't know what's going on in Osceola County. So I'm not gonna take any action on that, but it looks like you have a court date coming up. So don't miss that. That looks like September 20th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
please tell me your name.
Nathan McCall.
All right, Mr. McCall. You're here in 2019 CF 12170. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for aggravated assault with a firearm, 2 counts of that. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. And you're not to return back to 256 South Ivy Lane, the Food Mart convenience store. The bond will stay set at $7,500 on count 1 and $500 on count 2. And I am gonna revoke the bond in 2019 CF 11611AO. Does he have the PD in that case? He does, okay. You do have the Public Defender's Office. They can file, it's a ROR, and they can file any appropriate motions with regards to that for you. All right, please tell me your name.
Randy Uten.
Do we know what happened to Claude Pierre?
He's not sure.
Okay. And what was your name, Remy?
Randy Uten.
Randy? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I don't,
You want to pass on for now?
yeah, I haven't read, I didn't have this on the docket, so I haven't read any of it.
This is Pierre.
Okay. All right, tell me your name, please.
Claude Pierre.
All right, Mr. Pierre, you're here in 2018 CF 18162AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a determination of counsel hearing on July 23rd, 2019. The judge did revoke your release and set your bond at none, and I am gonna appoint the public defender based on the affidavit, and you do qualify, so you do have the public defender now, and they can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you. This may be a I don't know if this is a DV case. Yeah, so it looks like Mr. Utan's case is a domestic violence case. So this will be heard in courtroom 2.
I apologize, Your Honor. Mr. Uten?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't even have it, it might have already been moved, I don't know. Hold on. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Pierre M. Remy.
All right, Mr. Remy, you're here in 2019 CF 12196AO. You're arrested for driving while license suspended with 2 prior convictions. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender. You can't drive without a valid license. I'm gonna place you in the pretrial release program. You need to make sure that you comply with all of those requirements, okay, sir? All right, please tell me your name.
Isaac Gray.
Happened to Cody Rogers?
He should be coming up on.
Okay. This is who again? What's your name, sir?
Isaac Ray.
We'll going on.
The victim was his niece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this might be in two.
The victim was his niece, yeah.
Yeah,
I believe it, yes. It would be a DV case?
so, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right, please tell me your name.
Tavares Rogers.
Tavares or Cody Dwayne? No? I don't know what's going on.
You may have picked the wrong person up, Your Honor. Could we move Mr. Rogers to this afternoon?
Sure. Just hold on to that one. It's definitely a Wednesday. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Alberto Rojas.
All right, Mr. Rojas, you're here in 2019 CF 12189AO. You're arrested for burglary of a dwelling and grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you're also here in 19 MM 7141AO, arrested for trespass in a dwelling after warning. There's probable cause, and I will appoint the PD to represent you in that case. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You're to abide by any trespass warnings, and you are not to return back to the residence. At 2907 4th Street. His bond in count one will be $5,000, $150 on count two, and I'll stay the bond at $500 on the misdemeanor.
Did you set the, I apologize, Your Honor, did you set the first one at 5,000?
Yes,
When I looked at the schedule, I thought it was 3,500.
I can set the bond at whatever I want to set it at, and
Okay.
based on the facts and based on his history, that's the bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, please tell me your name.
Cody Rogers.
Oh, we found him, okay.
Do you have the code?
All right, Mr. Rogers. You're here in 2019 CF 12186AO. You're arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and possession of a firearm or ammunition by a convicted felon. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You can't have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You may not return back to 143 South College Avenue, apartment unit number B. And you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond on count one will be $5,000 and $150 on count two. Please tell me your name, sir.
Shamil Simpkins.
You're here in 2018 CF 14265AO. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found for burglary of an occupied dwelling and battery. And I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition.
Your Honor, on this case, the state has actually filed an information. We filed as a PBO.
Oh, okay. I did not have that
Assault or
information.
battery therein.
Okay, let me pull up the case real quick then.
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry to interrupt, but.
No, I would have just had to come back to it anyway.
It was filed in November of last year.
Okay, so, Mr. Simpkins, you are charged by information. The state did file an information charging you with burglary of a dwelling with an assault or battery therein. It is a punishable by life felony. And state, did you want to be heard as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor, looking at the four corners of the affidavit to issue the arrest warrant, it looks like this defendant, there are two witnesses. There's the victim. The defendant knocked on the door was open, an argument happened. The victim tried to shut the door. The defendant put his foot in the door and then proceeded to push his way in. Into the apartment. He was able to slap the victim with a closed fist. He then fled out of the doorway to the apartment 272. The witness, Mr. Tillman, stated he also witnessed this defendant try to get in the house. Both of them said they did not want the defendant in the apartment that day. He saw the defendant slap Mr. Sampson in the face and then leave the apartment. I guess Mr. Tillman and Mr. Simpkins were roommates at some point based on the four corners of this affidavit. And that's how he knows them. So this is a suspect that both of the victim and the witness both know. Based on that, Your Honor, we believe the defendant should be held at no bond, no contact with the witnesses, no return to the residence, no drugs found.
All right, Mr. Scholl, do you have any argument?
Just one moment, Your Honor, just please. No, Your Honor, I'm going to defer to the court on this matter.
Okay, it looks like they've also filed a PRR notice. Based on that, as well as the fact that the victim did have injuries, was bleeding from the mouth, and there was cuts to the face and the lips, I do find proof evident presumption great. I'm gonna hold Mr. Simpkins on no bond on the count which is charged in the information. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no contact with any listed victims or witnesses, no return back to 5525 Cinder Lane Parkway, apartment 255.
I don't know, do we need to ROR him on the, no, it's okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name, ma'am.
Patty Walls.
Okay, do we know what happened to Joshua Strawn Ponsica?
Spanish interpreter.
Okay. And then Carlos Velasquia.
Also Spanish.
Okay, Ms. Walls. You're here in 19 CF 12199 AO. You're arrested for grand theft, 3rd degree. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case, and you're not to return back to the Coles at 7143 Narcousie Road. I'm gonna stay the bond at the $2,500. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Bobby Willis, sir, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Willis, you're here in 2019 CF 12173 AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for failure to report or check in within 30 days as a transient sexual offender. And I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You do have reporting requirements. And I am gonna set your bond at $2,500. Please tell me your name.
Shaniqua Wright.
All right, Ms. Wright, you're here in 2019 CF 12204 AO. You're arrested for aggravated battery with great bodily harm. I do find probable cause. You did not fill out a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
I didn't know I needed an attorney.
I asked you a question, ma'am. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
I thought I had an attorney.
I'm sorry?
I thought I had an attorney.
No, did you fill out a form for the public defender?
No.
Who did you think your attorney is?
I don't know. I know I've been. You gotta forgive me, my eyes.
I can't hear you, ma'am.
No.
Do you want me to see if you qualify for the public defender?
You can.
Okay. Do you work?
I do work.
Okay. Do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly?
I'm unsure of how I get paid.
You don't know how you get paid?
No.
Okay. Do you how much do you make around per month, would you say?
Varies.
Okay. What's the low end that it would vary to?
Low,
Mm-hmm.
$20.
Okay. All right. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. You're not to return back to the red coach at 177 McCoy Road in Belle Isle, Florida. And your bond will stay set at $3,500.
Your Honor, if I may ask, she also has a fugitive, sorry, it's been long, from justice. What's the situation on that from Texas? Do they have a particular period of time until they have to? After she solves this case, and would they have 72 hours, 24 hours?
No.
No.
It's out of state, so.
They've been there, okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, please tell me your name.
Warner Rubner.
All right, Mr. Rugner, you're here in 2019 MO 1502. You're arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find probable cause, and you did not fill out a form for the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. Rugner if he wanted to resolve his case today?
Yes, Your Honor. He would like to accept the withhold credit time served, enter a plea of no contest.
All right, and I would have to impose court costs, Mr. Rugner, and you're okay proceeding without an attorney?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rugner, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom? You need to speak out loud.
I can't see the signature, but it should be.
Well, this is the same form that was just in front of you that I saw you sign that they brought up to me.
Then yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
All right, I do find a factual basis for acceptance of the plea. I'm gonna withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I'm gonna order you pay your court costs by August 28, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay.
All right, please tell me your name.
Enoch Davis.
All right, Mr. Davis, you're here in 2019 MM 715-1AO. You're arrested for simple trespass and state misdemeanors. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Davis if he wanted to resolve his case?
Yes, Your Honor. He would like to accept the adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return with a plea of no contest.
Okay, thank you. And I do have to impose court costs. I'll give you a year to pay him back, Mr. Davis. Thank you. All right, Mr. Davis, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom? Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, I do.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
All right, I do find a factual basis for acceptance of the pleas, and I am going to adjudicate you guilty on both counts. Sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. Those will run concurrent. You cannot go back to the mobile gas station at 1901 Telaucus Avenue. You must abide by any trespass warnings. And I'm gonna order that you pay your court costs by August 28, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Denzel Wilson.
All right. All right, sir, you're here in 2019 MM 7153AO. You're arrested for 2 counts of battery. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office. I don't know if the state will have an offer for you today.
We do not, Your Honor.
Okay. So you're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription or any alcohol. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. And you're not to return back to, looks like, 924-13 Bishop Park Court, number 1215. And I am gonna stay the bond at 500 and 100. please tell me your name.
Orlando Rosario.
All right, Mr. Rosario, you're here in 2019 MM 7143AO. You're arrested for resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I don't know if the state will have an offer.
We do not, Your Honor.
Okay. So, at this point, you're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I am gonna revoke the bond in 19 CF 10381AO based on the facts of this case. And that will be set at none. You do have an attorney in that case, and they can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you in that case.
And Your Honor, what was the bond for his charge?
I'm sorry, it's gonna stay at the 500.
Evan Taylor is mental health, Your Honor.
All right. Reset Mr. Taylor. All right, please tell me your name.
Omar Toro.
All right, Mr. Toro, you're here in 2019 MM 582AA. You're arrested for trespassing in a structure or conveyance. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I don't know if the state has an offer.
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication, credit for time served, no return.
And I would have to impose court costs. And I won't take any action on your notice to appear. I don't think that I can, so, but you do have a court date coming up on
The 12th.
September 12th.
I know.
Don't miss it.
I'm not gonna.
Okay, all right.
I'm on top of that.
Okay, good.
And what should I say? Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Toro, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, it is.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
I understand that.
Okay. If you find a factual basis based on the affidavit, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You can't go back to 449 West Main Street, that Wawa, okay? Don't go back there.
I got you.
And I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by August 28, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you.
Okay.
Don't miss your court date.
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Patrice Tamara Trawick.
All right, Ms. Tramwick, you're here in case number 2019 MM 7140AO. You're arrested for trespass and a conveyance. I do find probable cause, and I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And was there an offer for Ms. Tranwick?
No, Your Honor.
No? Okay. All right, so ma'am, you can't have any contact with any listed victim or witness. You can't go back to the Apple Academy at 1400 Jordan Avenue, okay?
Okay.
You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And the bond will stay at the 500. I'm not gonna take any action on your out on release case. But you need to make sure you don't miss any court dates, okay? If there's
Okay.
any upcoming court dates.
What they doing? Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Stanley Baker.
All right, Mr. Baker, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County. The judge did set your bond at $1,000 in that case. And if you can bond out, you can bond out. If not, Osceola County has 24 hours to come and pick you up pursuant to our administrative order. If they don't do that, you'll come back before me, okay?
I can bond out here in Orange County? Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, please tell me your name.
Justin, Justin Christopher Huzio.
All right, Mr. Huzio, you're here. You were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County, and the judge set your bond at none in that case. And Seminole County, pursuant to our admin order, has 24 hours to come in, pick you up. If they don't do that, then you'll come back before me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please tell me your name.
Artrell Maines.
All right, Mr. Maines, you're here, you were picked up on a Volusia County, out-of-county warrant, and the judge did set your bond at none in that case. And for purposes of our administrative order, Volusia County has 72 hours, not including weekends and holidays, to come and pick you up. If they don't do so within that time frame, you'll come back before me or another judge, okay?
Okay.
All right, please tell me your name.
Tavares Rogers.
All right, Mr. Rogers, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant, or sorry, it's an out-of-county violation of probation out of Polk County based on a new law arrest for domestic violence by strangulation that occurred on August 26, 2019. There's probable cause for that violation of probation on view. I am gonna set the bond at none at this time. Have you had contact with Polk County? No?
Yes, but a hold is in place, 'cause he's still in jail.
Okay. So they won't pick him up until he resolves his case or bonds out? Okay, I don't know anything about the other case, or if you have bonds in that case? Okay. Okay, so if you post the bond in that case, then they'll come and pick you up. Polk County will have to come and pick you up for the VOP, okay?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Richard Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, you were picked up on an Osceola County warrant, and the judge did set your bond at none in that case, and Osceola, pursuant to our admin order, has 24 hours to come and pick you up. If they don't do that, then you'll come back before me, okay?
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Jacob Soto.
All right, Mr. Soto, you're picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County, and the judge did set your bond at none. And Osceola County has 24 hours to come and pick you up pursuant to our administrative order. If they don't do that, then you'll come back before me, okay?
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Kenneth Stevens.
All right, Mr. Stevens. You're here in 2019 CF 12138AO. You're arrested for grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle, and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. I am going to stay the bond at the 1,000 on count 1, 100 on count 2. Okay, so I have a couple of private attorney or conflict counsel, 33-day motions, 2019 CF 4399, Raymond Mercutio Ramos. Is that no info?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Granted.
All right, that will be granted. Two 2019 CF 7045 AO. Raymond Mercutio Ramos, it looks like his bond was revoked on July 18, 2019. I don't know if the state's filed any information.
The state filed notice of non-filing for the 33rd day.
Okay, so that will be denied. The proper motion to file is a motion to set bond in the trial division. I'll fill that out afterward. Two 2019 CF 10725 AO Wesley A. Dew.
That should be granted. The state filed notice of non-filing for the 33rd day.
That will be granted.
Copy Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
Letitia Follow, the Office of Public Defender.
Adam Scholl with Office of Public Defender.
Please tell me your name, ma'am.
Angela Belosa.
All right, Ms. Beloso, you're here in 2018 CF 77AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant for a violation of probation, and the judge did set your bond at none. I don't have a form for the public defender. Were you?
She's the private attorney.
Oh, I'm
Hi.
sorry. I didn't even see you there. How
That's
are
fine.
you?
Good afternoon, Judge. I'm Shannon Sullivan. I'm covering for Octavio Andrade.
Oh, okay. All right. And has he filed a notice of appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And so you'll be seen by Judge Whitehead in a week to 10 days, could be a little bit sooner, okay? And your attorney can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you in that
And
case.
actually, I wasn't arrested, I turned myself in.
Either way, you're being arrested, whether you turn yourself in or not, they have to arrest you on the warrant. It's just a term of it's a legal term. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Tommy Cameron.
All right, Mr. Cameron, you're here in 2019 CF 12214AO. You're arrested for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, grand theft third degree of a firearm, trafficking in more than 4 grams or 4 grams of more of fentanyl, and grand theft third degree of a firearm. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, any ammunition, no contact with any victim in the case. And you may not possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And I did appoint the public defender, I believe, if I didn't say that. So your bonds will stay, on counts 1, 2, and 3 at $150. Count 4 will be $100,000 and count 5 will be $150,000.
Your Honor, what was the amount for count 4?
100,000? right, please tell me your name, sir.
Mark Crumpler.
All right, Mr. Crumpler, you're here in 2019 CF 12213AO. You're arrested for possession of methamphetamine and carrying concealed weapon. I do find probable cause, and I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond will be set at 1,000 on count 1, and there is a bond correction as to count 2. It'll be 100, and then I believe you just have a hold for Brevard County. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Christopher Fullenwalder.
All right, Mr. Fullenwalder, you're here in 2019 CF 12215AO. You're arrested for carjacking with a weapon or firearm. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And, State, did you want to be heard as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor, we will defendant should be held at no bond. I'm looking at the affidavit by Stephen Pearl. Looks like the victim left his keys in the ignition, his wallet and cell phone, and went into a gas station or convenience store, excuse me. He came out and he saw the defendant getting into his vehicle, trying to drive away. He tries to stop the defendant, and the defendant pulls a gun and points it at him. The defendant drives off, and in the parking lot, the victim tries to chase him on foot. He's able to reach out to law enforcement. A short while later, law enforcement sees the vehicle and engages it in the traffic stop. There are now 3 occupants of that vehicle. They do a show up, of the vehicle, and the victim identifies the defendant as the one who pointed the gun and took his vehicle. Based on information, I believe the defendant should be held at no bond. No contact with the witnesses, no contact with the victim, no weapons, no firearms, no return to the 2908 North Pine Hills Road.
Excuse me, Your Honor, may I say something?
I would not say anything.
May I please
Mr.
say something? That
Fullenwalder.
doesn't make any sense.
Okay. You're represented by an attorney, and I'm sure she would advise you not to say anything about the facts of your case, sir. So she can make an argument on your behalf. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me, but I'll
Your
tell
Honor,
you right
he
now that
doesn't.
anything you say can and will be used against you.
Okay,
The
that's-
prosecutor's
that's-
sitting right there.
That's fine. That's fine. Because in the report and in the affidavit that I'm reading, I don't know if you guys have the same paperwork that I have, but it says that there was no footage that they were able to be seen. But if you ask the police officer or look at their body camera, they said that I was on footage. They said that I was on footage, but they also said the other incident where I supposedly had a firearm wasn't on footage. How? When there was no footage for you to look at.
I'm looking at the report. I find probable cause. I don't know if
What
your
is the
attorney
probable
has
cause?
any argument with regards to proof evident presumption grade.
What is the probable cause?
Mr. Fullenwalder, if you can't contain yourself and be quiet while I speak with your attorney, if she has any argument, I'm gonna have you removed from the courtroom. You don't need to give me an attitude.
I don't have an attitude. I'm just
Ms. Fowler,
saying.
do you have any argument?
Your Honor, he stated that he doesn't want representation.
Okay, well, he filled out a form for the public defender.
No, I don't need, if this is not gonna be my appointed public defender, if she's not gonna say anything here.
Well, it may benefit you for her not to say anything.
What do you mean? No bond? I have a kid. That's not benefiting me.
Because you don't understand the strategy with regards to proof evident presumption grade in an Arthur hearing. If you were a lawyer and you went to law school, you might understand these things. Okay, we're gonna have the hearing without him. So the PD is still on the case. With regards to proof evident presumption grade, do you have any argument, Ms. Fowler?
I'm going to defer to the court on this matter.
Okay. So I do find proof evident presumption great, and I am gonna hold Mr. Fullenwalder at no bond on the carjacking with a weapon or a firearm. He is not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness. He's not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. He's not to return back. to 2908 North Pine Hills Road. That's whatever convenience store that is. And he's not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I did look up the case that he's out on bond in, and it was, Judge Carter had seen him on that case on, it's like the 12th or something like that. And so I am revoking in that case 2019 MM 6691. In addition, when I looked that case up, I did see that he had another out on bond case that that Judge Carter did not take action on, and that's in 2019 CF 9464, and that is currently set for trial in Division 15 with Judge Traver. I'm not sure why I was not provided an out on bond form for that case, but it is an out on bond nonetheless that is still pending. And so that's a grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. So I am revoking the bond in that case as well and setting the bond at none. So his bonds are revoked in both of those cases. He does have the public defender in all three cases, and they can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for him in those cases. So I'd like the orders to reflect. I printed out that form. That I'm 2019 CF 9464. That's that out on bond form. I printed it out. All right, please tell me your name, ma'am.
Brittany Jackson.
All right, Ms. Jackson. You're here in 2019 CF 11807AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for 3 counts of scheme to defraud by obtaining property over $300 and petty theft as a retail offense, and that's 4 counts of those. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And you're not to have any contact with any victim, any witness, or any co-defendant. You're not to return to any Target store whatsoever. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And I am gonna stay the bonds. Each count from count 1, 2, and 3, I believe, are $100 each, and then $1,000 on each additional count, 4 through 7. I'm not gonna take any action on your out on bond case, but you need to make sure that you show up to any court dates that you have, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And make sure that, I think you may have an attorney in that case. If not, I can appoint the PD.
I'm gonna get an attorney.
Okay, do you want me to appoint the well, there's a written plea of not guilty in the case that was filed on July 17th by the public defender. No, that's the wrong case number. Yeah, no, that's the right case number. So it looks like the PD filed a notice of appearance, but for the wrong defendant in that case. So it's for Juan Barajas in that case number. So do you want me to appoint the public defender for you in that case?
Yeah.
Okay. So you may want to make a note of that, Ms. Fowler, that the notice of appearance for Mr. Juan Barajas was filed in her out on bond case, so it's the wrong defendant. All right, so just make sure you show up to any court dates, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Alexis Rivera.
All right, Mr. Rivera, you're here in 2019 CF 12218AO. You're arrested for trafficking and methamphetamine over 14 grams with a firearm. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I did look at the bond schedule. I believe it's just 100,000 even with the firearm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stay the bond or set the bond at $100,000. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no illegal substances without a valid prescription. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Alan Turner.
All right, Mr. Turner, you're here in 2019 CF 12212AO. You're arrested for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle and possession of a firearm or ammunition by a convicted felon. There's 4 counts, or 3 counts of that, and then possession of ammunition by a convicted felon. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to return back to the Wendy's at 2001 Principal Row or have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond on count 1 will be 1,000, your bond on count 2 will be 4,000, and counts 3, 4, and 5 will be set at $150. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Damon Lamar Williams Jr.
All right, Mr. Williams, you're here.
Your Honor, if I may, the state and I talked in regard to the third charge, which is hit and run with fail to stop crash involving other than serious bodily injury. And that one, if we can do it lesser and include a charge, which would leave scene of a crash with property damage, as the affidavit itself never specifies that any of the alleged victims were injured.
Well, the first sentence.
I mean, that's what the call was. I was dispatched to a hit and run. Now,
with injuries.
yeah, but then I'm just reading through the affidavit. At no time did the alleged victims that the police officer talked to, none of them ever stated that they were injured, nor does it say in that arrest affidavit that someone was sent to the hospital or something. That's what he was dispatched to. But again, none of the alleged victims say they were injured.
Said no objection to doing counts 2 and 3, both 316.061. There were 2 different accents. There's a.
Right.
So that's why, just do it with that. And then when we file on it, we go from there.
Okay, so you want to do 316.061 for both counts?
Yes, 2 and 3 both.
Okay. 316.061 for counts 2 and 3, which are both misdemeanors.
Correct, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Williams, you're here in 2019 CF 12211AO. You're arrested for operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, leaving the scene of a crash involving damage to property, and failing to stop or remain at the crash involving injury or other injury to others with serious bodily injury. Based on the state stipulation with the defense, I will find PC for count 1, count 2, and I'll find probable cause for 316.061, which is the same as count 2. which is also a misdemeanor. So I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any victim or any witness in the case, and you're not to drive without a valid license.
Yes, ma'am.
And I am gonna set your bond on count 1 at 100, count 2 100, and count 3 will be $500.
I thank you so much. I'm appreciate.
You put based on the stipulation. You put based on the state and defense stipulation. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Albert Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, you're here in 2019 MM 2813BO. You were arrested pursuant to a KPS for failing to appear for your arraignment on August 7th, 2019. The judge did set your bond at $2,000 in the case. Does he have the PD? Okay, you do have the public defender. You need to keep in touch with them. You need to show up to all your court dates, okay?
Statement and offer, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a misdemeanor that it appears. Adjudication, credit for time served, no return. I give you the address of no return.
I'll look it up, it's fine, thank you. I don't know if he wants to accept that offer. What is his credit for time served total?
Grand Central. 2352 Grand Central Parkway. There's a house being renovated. How many days?
Yeah, it started as a felony. You had 2827 West Livingston?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
So I apologize, so it's adjudication guilty, credit time served?
Yeah.
He accepts that and pleads no contest to it, Your
And
Honor.
no return.
And no, yes.
And court costs, and you said 25 days? Okay. He's on probation.
No.
It's, huh? It was revoked and terminated? Okay, just want to make sure. We're positive about that? Okay, no, I just want to make sure. I don't want him to violate his probation. Okay.
Everything taken care of.
Okay, just had it listed as active, so, okay. So you're sure, Mr. Williams, you're not on probation anywhere?
I'm
For
positive.
anything?
Nothing.
Okay,
I actually walked here and turned myself in last night.
okay, no, but I don't, like, if you plea while you're on probation, and it's not good.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that, you're not on probation anywhere, okay. All right. Mr. Williams, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything that's contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis based on what was originally the felony and then charged as a misdemeanor to accept your plea. I am going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 25 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 25 days time served. You may not go back to the, I closed it out, 2827 East Livingston?
2728.
2728 West
West
Livingston.
Livingston
Thank you,
Yes.
street. And you can't go back there, and I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by August 28, 2020, okay? If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Luke Newsom.
You really happen to, did Atkins bond out? Okay, take no action. All right, Mr. Newsom. All right, Mr. Newsom, you're here in 2019 CT 6329AO. You're arrested for violation of a driver's license restriction, I guess for purposes of driving with, business purposes only. There's probable cause for that. I do not have a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
Correct.
Sorry?
Correct.
Okay, and have you spoken with an attorney?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm gonna stay the bond then at the $500, and you can't drive without a valid license for only the purposes in which you have a license for, okay? So if it's business purposes only, it's business purposes only, okay?
Understood.
And then Padilla bonded.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Michael Deuce.
All right, Mr. Deuce, you're here in 2019 MM 7161AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. Deuce if he wanted to resolve his case?
Yes, Your Honor, there was an offer of adjudication guilty, credit time served, no return. If I can just speak to him for a moment, Your Honor.
Sure. And court costs.
Your Honor, he agreed to determine pleas no contest.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dees, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes.
Do you understand all the rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit to accept your plea. I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days time served. You can't go back to that 7-Eleven at 3974 South Orange Blossom Trail. You've been trespassed. If you go back, you'll probably get arrested again. And I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by August 28th, 2020. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Franklin Bruce Rule Jr., ma'am.
All right, Mr. Rule. You're here in 2019 MM 7155 AO. You're arrested for trespass in a structure. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I know Mr. Rule has some competency issues in other cases. He's not been found incompetent in this case. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to talk to him and if he wants to resolve the case today.
I have not had an opportunity to talk to him, Your Honor.
Okay, or if
But-
there is
They did not convey an offer because of the other cases.
okay, all right. I mean, it's just a continuing cycle.
With the state-
So, for purposes of today then, so there'll be no going back to the Steak and Shake at 443 North Cimarron Boulevard. You can't have any contact with any listed victims or witnesses in the case. And I am gonna stay the bond at the $250. Your attorneys can file any appropriate motions with regards to this case. And I won't take any action on the out-on-bond cases. There's a couple of them. 2019 MM 1561, 2018 MM 9584, 2017 MM 6641. All right? All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Avery Staples.
All right, Mr. Staples. You're here in 2019 MM 7157AO. You're arrested for petty theft. It's a retail offense, possession of drug paraphernalia, and providing false ID to law enforcement. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I don't know if the state has an offer.
No, Your Honor. There was no
Okay.
offer, Your Honor.
All right, so you're not to return back to Walgreens at 190 South Orange Avenue. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness, and you may not possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And I am gonna stay the bond on count 1 at 100, count 2 at 100, and count 3, 500. Did Cardoza bond out? But I don't know, I don't have a face sheet, but he has a 0 bond, so. Oh, okay. No, I guess there's a bond, but it shows 0, but it's, was it $10,003? Yeah? $10,003, okay. We'll take no action. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Danny Pumphrey.
All right, Mr. Pumphrey. Looks like you're picked up on an out-of-county violation of probation out of Columbia County, and the judge did set your bond at $1,000, so if you're able to bond out, you can bond out. If not, Columbia County has 72 hours, not including weekends or holidays, pursuant to our administrative order to come and get you. And if they don't pick you up in that time, if you haven't bonded out, then you'll come back and see myself or another judge. Okay? All right, please tell me your name.
Sylvester Huntley.
All right, Mr. Huntley, you're here in 2019 MO 1503AO. You're arrested for an open container violation. I do find probable cause. You did not fill out a form for the public defender. Did you want to see if the state had an offer to resolve your case today?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an adjudication credit for time served, 2 days.
Okay, and I would have to impose court costs, but I would order that you pay that within a year. If you want to accept the offer, you can. Okay. Do you want to plea no contest?
Oh, no contest.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Huntley, and you're okay proceeding forward without an attorney?
Yes.
Okay. I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea? that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't hear you. Do you, are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
Oh, yes.
You understand, okay. I do find a factual basis for acceptance of the plea based on the affidavit. I am gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I'm gonna order that you pay your court costs by August 28, 2020. If you wanna appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck to you. Is Mr. Baswell?
He's still mental health, Your Honor.
Okay, he was in the hospital yesterday, so he's now mental health again? Okay, okay. So we had mental health, hospital, mental health. I'll reset it one more time, see if Mr. Baswell can make it tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor, that'd be good. Thank you, Your Honor.